The topics of this episode are my vintage pens, my older drawings with tip pens, which paper I use, and drawing a small scene. Hello and welcome to the second episode. Today we have something special, have to do with this case and with my old ink drawings I did when I was young. Hello and welcome to the second episode of the first season of my new YouTube channel. We have a special topic today. It's about tip pens, and I show you here what I did in about 1990s, and I was drawing with these tip pens, not with fountain pens, only with these tip pens. And of course the topics were not that funny. I wrote with the hand long text passages, long text blocks, you see here. Yeah, that was long ago. I did a book with Bodo Hell, a very famous Austrian author, and there also I wrote this text and make the illustrations, of course. But why today this topic? Because from a very friendly colleague from Instagram, Mike, thank you for that again. He sent me his older, now unused pens, pen holders, nibs, old nibs. So I don't know the word, poster nibs like this one, these very thick ones, bright ones, many pen holders, more pen holders. No, these are the technical pens. I used them when I was starting 2 years ago with this cityscapes. I used technical pens. So this is a special company, I don't know them. But our topic today will be these tip pens with ink, of course. I use this one. It's not that expensive like the special ink you need for fountain pens. So this is normal China ink or India ink. I want to choose this one. I never saw this before. Just that tiny small. Look at this. Never see this anywhere. It's really so small and cute. Okay, we start with this one, and then so the typical. There's a second one. Okay, this is the often used for the comic illustrators. And here are these older nibs. Of course we need some ink. I filled this up here. With all my ink drawings, like you saw this before, I use watercolor paper. It's a little bit dangerous that you don't scratch the surface because it's rough. Most of my colleagues use a more hot pressed surface. It's not that rough and makes it smoother and easier for the nib. You see, the most reason to use this is that you can make thicker and thinner strokes in a wide variation. This one is, of course, for more the thinner side of the spectrum. Yeah, see, this is really fine. Oh. And thick. And of course then, because it's so small, you have to refill the ink. Yeah, and see, it works, and it works and then it don't work. So that makes me crazy. Years before, when I was a younger artist and an art school in Vienna, and I was so angry all the time because it works or don't work. It's based of their daily mood, or I have no idea. Nowadays it's a little bit better. It works again. Yeah, works great. And most of the time they work super fine. Nice one. See? Super fine lines. I like it. Upside down, it also works. Great, great, great. Now we need some paper. And I try to finish the drawings we start here. So not only this sheet of paper with some testing lines. We start, I hope so, in every episode, a small or a bigger picture. And I will finish this and then post it on Instagram. If you're interested, follow me on Instagram. There I make some shorter videos, about 60 seconds, and with time-lapse drawing my bigger ink drawings, and of course with watercolor. By the way, this China ink and India ink should always be waterproof, so you can use it with watercolor like I do always. Let's try this larger format. Okay. Of course we will try also this other nibs. Let's take one classic, this one, this one, and maybe his smaller brother, this one, and one more of the classic. This is so great with all these cases I got from Mike. Okay. So, this one for this one. One important thing. After using these fountain pens, after using these tip pens, you have to clean them and remove it, because the ink is going inside here, and when this one dries, it's not possible to remove it from the handle. So always clean it up after drawing. Oh wow. So let's start. A good exercise of practicing, I mentioned that in the first episode. Try to draw parallel lines. Many of them. That's very helpful when you are drawing cityscapes, buildings, houses, and so on, because most of them are built straight, horizontal, not angled. Maybe it's a good idea to learn how to make nice horizontal lines. Okay, let's start here. So let's do some parallel guiding, helping lines. One, and we start a little bit above. Let's see here. A line is a good starting point, I guess. And with this nib we start. There is a helpful idea to press your finger against here, and then you can draw a line, yeah? But I have a pencil line here, so I can do it without it. I will, it's okay when it's bobbling, because then it's a living line with some thicker parts. And when you work with the splatter, you see? But try this the first time with an old nib, because maybe you damage it when you're starting with this technique. So, and now to have the shadow side here, we can take another nib, this classic one, the shadow. Oh, it's also a fine one. Oh well, I try now this thicker one. No idea if it works. Oh wow, this is really this is for shadows. When I will draw here a house and then use it, because I think for this part it's too bright, too thick. Really, I never used this in younger age, but this is fun to combine this small with this thick strokes, lines. Let's draw these other parts of the fence. Okay. If you're interested in any other topic about drawing and painting with watercolor, please leave a comment and maybe I can tell you something about this topic you want to know. And of course these tip pens are very good for some loose type of drawing, and not so technical like I do normally. I show you some of my drawings, the loose one with these tipping pens, and the drawings I do with my fountain pens. But for now, one building here, with a sign, and by the way, it's really easy. You just practice some elements, house front view, street lamp and tree, and then combine these with different roofs, and then the cityscape from your imagination, from your fantasy is ready. Nothing special. And then first floor, but here. And in that case, let's do some lines for the roof so that the roof has another surface than the wall. And now we make a really thick shadow under this roof. I'm a little bit afraid, but fear doesn't help. Wow. We'll see if this was a good idea. I don't know. And of course you have to do many of these thick strokes and these thin strokes, so this is a harmony all over this large paper. I will now go a step further and draw a little bit so that I can tell you something about special parts of this drawing. The thickness of the line is much more than I usually do it, but for an ink drawing I think it's very nice. I can just show you how I did these towers to make something clear. I did all these elements, the trees, the fences, the towers, the pipe systems in my other drawings. I didn't learn how to draw these elements overnight. It was the last 2 years. I started really simple in this time of pandemic and lockdown, also here in Austria, of course. And so I was sitting there and started to draw buildings and no people on the street. The amount of elements get more and more different elements. First I think there was the trees, and then this is these pipe systems, and these mills, so windmills I also have in some of my drawings. The first drawings I did, there were even no windows, just these great towers, you know, and the windows were only a stroke. And now we have these more detailed windows. Hope to see you the next time, and please be nice and comment if you want to see such videos like this. There's a longer one, or maybe more compact, shorter videos, or both. One longer, one shorter.